Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking about hydration and why it is so important that you get the right amount of fluids in, as well as the right amount of electrolytes in, which includes sodium and potassium, which is what we're going to be talking about in a lot more detail today. Alright guys, so before we jump into the video, I just wanted to let you know that I will be linking and writing down everything from what I wear to all of my sponsors in the description box below, as well as some other suggested videos for you to watch. If you find this interesting, if you like it, I get these ideas from client questions that I get, as well as questions from my followers on Instagram, which you can follow me at Ariel Lynn Fitness on Instagram, and my team page at Team Fit AF, and I will have those here as well as linked in the description box below. If you find these videos helpful, feel free to like, subscribe, and share. Hopefully they can help you along your fitness journey. So we're talking about hydration today. This question gets brought up a lot with my clients, as well as me being concerned about it for my clients. So a lot of the times you hear how bad sodium is and how you should be eliminating it from your diet. The low sodium diet trend is huge right now because of high blood pressure, and as well as being found in high processed foods, which are so easy to get. Most diets, especially in America, are high in processed foods, which means high in sodium. So if you have a diet that is higher in processed foods, then you're probably getting well over enough sodium, which is why people try to limit it. The thing that I find with my clients is they're already eating a lot better. Most people, when they start training with me, start eating more whole foods almost immediately. That's one of the first things that we work on. And what happens is their sodium lowers a lot because they're not salting their food. They're not seasoning their food because they think that sodium is this bad guy, when in reality, it's usually people that are eating way higher processed food items. So lowering that sodium with whole foods is not always the best idea, and sometimes can leave you feeling pretty gross during your workouts, not getting good muscle contractions, and just feeling dehydrated almost when you're drinking a lot more water and not getting that sodium in. We are also talking about potassium here too. So sodium and potassium are both super important to the electrical charges within your cells, the balance of fluid, and all of that. So to put it into more simple terms, you need both sodium and potassium in your diet, as well as enough water to be hydrated and to get the most out of your workouts. And that's kind of my goal with my clients, is if their workouts are not feeling great, if they don't feel good during their workouts or after, then I know that they probably either need to salt their foods more or increase the potassium. So increasing things like potatoes, you always hear about bananas, different foods like fish, different vegetables, different fruits. There is a ton. So if you are eating higher processed foods, then your sodium is probably pretty high already, and you probably just need to increase your water and start eating more whole foods. But if your diet is higher in whole foods, then you might want to start seasoning your foods. Don't be afraid of adding salt, garlic salt, different seasonings. Make it taste good. It's going to taste better. And you're going to get that extra benefit of having better muscle contractions. Your nerve impulses are going to be better. It also contributes to cardiac health. So having all of those things in check is going to help you a ton on your fitness journey, as well as making sure that your water is up. That is so important. Water for most people is going to be about 8 cups a day, and then you get 4 cups about with the food that you're eating. So we're trying to get in water so that you're feeling hydrated and getting the electrolytes in so that your balances are correct, so that you're not holding water, and so that you're feeling good during those workouts. I cannot stress that enough. And then for larger people, you're going to need a little bit extra water. If you're sick, you're going to need more water. If you're throwing up, have diarrhea, that you're going to need more water and electrolytes. So both. And working out, usually people need about 24 cups. So that's a lot more than the regular 8 cups if you're sedentary. So most of my clients are going to be needing a lot more water. And I can't stress this enough either. If you're not tracking your water, then you don't know how much you're taking in. I get people all the time telling me they drink tons of water, but what is tons of water to you? That's different for every person. Telling me that you drink tons of water doesn't mean anything to me because I need to know the amount. So tracking your water is so important because I need to know how much you're taking in. If you're not taking in that 24 cups about a day, then you're probably not getting enough and you're not getting the most out of your workouts. You're sweating it out and you're probably a little dehydrated, which takes away from the workouts, it takes away from your strength, it takes away from your cardio, pushing yourself. And then whenever you go to work or go to sleep, you're not getting the best of each. Right, and lastly, I just wanted to talk about how water and hydration kind of affects your weight, because I know a lot of people put a lot of emphasis into their scale weight, which you probably shouldn't do, but we'll kind of talk about it so you can understand it a little bit better. Water is obviously stored in your body in different ways. We're made of a lot of water. So water imbalance, water balance, as it changes and fluctuates, so does the scale weight, because you're storing that water. And this is super important too with your macronutrients. So having carbohydrates in your diet actually stores more water. For every gram of carbohydrate that you eat, you store about 3 to 4 grams of water on top of that. So the more carbs you're eating, the more water you're storing, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But whenever you see these people jump on like a ketogenic diet and they say they lost like 20 pounds in the first like 2 weeks, usually it's all water weight, because think about it. You're dropping all of those carbs that you were eating before. So you're dropping all of that stored water, which means they probably just lost a bunch of water weight. They didn't lose any fat, unfortunately. But it makes the diet more, flashy, and you think you want to do it because they lost all this weight that isn't fat. So hopefully that helps you whenever you're thinking about trying a diet like that. It's probably just water. And a lot of the times those people are so dehydrated. And that's why on a ketogenic diet, they talk about drinking like chicken broth, because they want you to have so much sodium, because you're not storing water in your muscles like you would with a carbohydrate diet, which is why I prefer a carbohydrate diet. So that's about it as far as the simple version of hydration and what you really need to know about it. As far as applying it, here is a simple how to stay hydrated throughout the day or drinking enough water. So for general exercisers, you're going to want to drink about 2 to 4 cups during exercise, 2 to 4 cups after exercise, and 1 to 2 cups with each meal. And that's kind of an easy way to start tracking it and to get enough in. If you're somebody that is exercising over 2 hours a day, then that is going to look a lot different. And that is when you're going to want to talk more with a coach about what your water intake should be. You should probably be drinking like an electrolyte sports drink while you're working out, some sort of carbohydrate and protein blend while you're working out. You're going to require a lot more water the more you're sweating. And that brings me to this next point. If you're sweating, if you're in drier air, if you're hotter, you're going to be thirstier, which means that you need more water. You got to listen to your body on this one. If you're thirsty, you need more water. You're probably a little dehydrated if you're noticing that you're thirsty. So listen to your body and drink some water. So that is everything with staying hydrated and why you shouldn't be afraid to add sodium into your diet. It is not the bad guy. The bad guy is having too many calories. If your blood pressure is higher, then you probably just need to lower those processed foods. That's going to lower your sodium quite a bit immediately. You don't need to go on a no-salt diet. That is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope it helped a little bit. I'm trying to keep these short and sweet so that I can get to the point and help you out on your journey as much as I can. That's everything. So I don't have an outro, so have a good day, Fit Fam.